I'm Parneet Jaggi, and in this video, we're going to be talking in detail about the Indo-Anglian writing. Now, what is this term? What is this concept called the Indo-Anglian writing? Indo-Anglian is actually a term specifically used for Indian English writers, and it defines the origin of what is now called as Indian writing in English or Indian creative writing in English. The Indian English writers have written in English, but the fact is, English is not their mother tongue. So, why the term Indo-Anglian? This term has broader implications too. It is a body of works by the writers whose mother tongue is one of the languages of multilingual India. Now, K.R.S. Iyengar divides these writers into three categories. The writers belonging to the first category obtained their entire education in English medium schools, whereas the writers belonging to second category, even after settling in English-speaking countries, adhered to the culture and traditions of their own motherland, while the third category comprises of such writers as learned English as a second language. Now, almost all Indian English writers present before us the real picture of Indian life. So we see the Indian English fiction specifically has seen many phases before reaching the present position. Today it excels several of its counterparts, written even in the English-spoken countries. Now here, in this video, we're going to specifically talk about the evolution of the Indian writing in English with special reference to Indian fiction. Now, this evolution of Indian fiction can be divided into four phases. As we talked in the earlier video, the literary renaissance first manifested itself in Bengal, but instantly afterwards, its traces could be seen in Mumbai, Chennai, and in more educated parts of India. So we see the first phase includes the work of Ramesh Chandra Dutt, B.R. Rajan, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Toru Dutt, T. Ramakrishna, and others. Raj Mohan's Wife in 1864 is supposed to be the first English novel ever written by an Indian writer. Now, when we look at the second phase of this writing of Indian fiction in English, we notice that the First World War has been considered as a second phase, which includes the works of S.K. Venkatramani, Shankar Ram, A.S.P. Iyer, etc. And the most significant event in the history of Indian English fiction happened in 1930s, when we witnessed the historical emergence of the trio writers Mulk Rajanand, R.K. Narayan, and Raja Rao, whom we study in our curriculum even now. Their early novels were published in 1935 and 38 respectively, and they are even now believed to be the finest painters of Indian susceptibilities. Why? Because they try to revive the ancient tradition of the epics and the Puranas of India. So they are known together as the major trio, and they produced epoch-making fictional works in India. Then the post-independence era is the third phase, which has a twofold effect on Indian writing in English. The radical changes taking place in the country after the independence of India, like poverty, hunger, death, disease, confusion, were brought by the Indo-Pak partition. This partition undoubtedly brought about radical changes like death, disease, hunger, fear, psychological depression, and confusion. Thereby, it provided a fruitful soil for many novelists to flourish, and resultantly, a considerable number of novels were written. So, we will continue with the evolution of this third stage in the coming video. Thank you for now.